Hello everyone, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. So I'm going to tell you guys about something I made day before yesterday. It's really interesting. Oh look, orange crown wildboar. Okay, well, back to the topic of the video. So, day before yesterday, under this bug trap, I lifted it up, and underneath it was a leopard frog hiding. I'm not going to lift it up right now because I don't want to disturb him anymore, but I'll show the video on the screen. Alright, I'm back. I just had to pause for a second to get a few photos. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make an artificial burrow for like various creatures, insects, frogs, anything that needs to hibernate in the winter and needs nesting areas during the summer. So this is one of the artificial burrows I've created. This is actually the first one I created. I got inspired by that leopard frog that's underneath the bug trap over there. I have also created a few more, one under that rock. Another one right there, and many more. The reason I think everybody should have a few artificial burrows in their yard is because in most suburban yards, naturally, there are very few like real abandoned burrows. And like if you start a conservation project, like anywhere, it really helps to create some artificial burrows because it creates habitats for creatures that otherwise would not exist or take a while to develop. Even in an area that's as restored as this for several years, a few artificial burrows are still very beneficial, because even if you have a lot of burrows, there may not be a lot of diversity of those burrows, a lot of variety in those burrows, and so making burrows in areas where there aren't any really does help, because if you're lucky, bumblebees can nest in these burrows, leopard frogs, other frogs are probably hibernating them, toads will hibernate in them, insects, spiders, tons of stuff will use them. No matter how you do them, like no matter what style you do, like dig them underground and cover them in dirt, or you use a rock or whatever, they'll be used in one way or another. Alright, I'm back. It's been a few hours. I got distracted by helping the birds, photographing the birds, and just doing other things in my area. So I'm going to finally show you guys how to build these artificial burrows. So like all you need is a shovel and a piece of wood. It could be a stone. It just needs to be some sort of piece of wood that's a little like long, like this, and flat. The flatter it is and the longer it is, the better, because then you may be able to make a longer burrow. But it doesn't need to be that long. Even this would work. Like you can vary the design, you can use rock. But in this case, I'm just going to show you the default design that I seem to like the most. Eventually, it will result in something like this. As you can see, it goes pretty far back because of a long-handed shovel, and I was doing it upside down like this and like this. Scooped as far back as I could go. Now you'll start digging forward, so you can insert this board into here, like this. Okay, eventually you'll make a hole like this. You'll be able to insert your board into here. Make sure to pound it in well so it sits well, doesn't move, and it's like molded to the soil. I mean, like you can dig this farther down so you could cover this with more dirt for more insulation. Or you could just like put this so like it's on top and you can see it and just put leaves on top of it. So there are many ways of doing this. Each one has its disadvantages and advantages, and each one will house its own unique animals. In this particular case, I'll cover it with dirt, so I'm going to see if I can try and go a little deeper. Okay, I think that's good. Now we can use the soil to cover it back on top. Fill in the sides a bit. Ideally, you don't want to have a hole in between the side and the board, but sometimes you will anyhow. So just like try to fill those gaps in first so you don't fill the hole with dirt. Yeah, and then just put a bunch of soil on top and compact it till you get to ground level, and it looks seamless. It should end up looking something like this. When you're done, you can put some moss, you can put some leaves. I'll do a little moss in this case. Just firmly press the moss in. I'm gonna sprinkle some leaves on top so it looks like it's part of the landscape. I mean, you could put leaves inside the hole too, but it's already too late, so that's fine. You could also put some grass inside the hole. There are many ways of doing this. With your leftover dirt, you can do a soil test, like put it in a jar, like a plastic cup, put the dirt at the bottom, put in some water, add half a tablespoon or less of dish soap, mix it up, and then wait 24 hours to see how much sand and clay and silt you will have. Sand will be at the bottom of the jar, silt in the middle, and clay at the top. I'll probably make a video about how to do that soon. So you could do that with the soil. You could also do some other things. In this case, I'm not exactly sure. I'll do some testing with some of it, but honestly, you don't need that much for testing. In some cases, you won't even have any soil left over after digging this, so it depends. And that's all there is to making a great artificial burrow. It will house many animals, including frogs, toads, and various insects. It's relatively cheap, basically free. You can make the top from pieces of wood, of like scrap wood, of rock, whatever you want, whatever you have lying around, whatever you have available, even from brick. It is a great way to help at any restoration project, and will support a different variety of animals than a regular pipe and box dug underground would. Like those pipe and box dug underground things, they generally are for bumblebees and for other animals, but frogs and toads cannot use them. So I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, and like.